You built a life around not being failed again. But that was never who you were meant to be. Hagar knows this woman. That woman who stopped expecting support before she stopped needing it. Some women did not heal. They just became harder to disappoint. Yes, they learned to need less. They learned to ask less. They also learned to trust less. So now they carry everything early. So before you ask, they handle everything early. They brace emotionally for everything on time. Not because they are controlling, no, but because needing people started feeling embarrassing. If that is you, please stay with me. If I will handle it leaves your mouth before anybody even gets a chance to let you down, stay with me. If disappointment feels more familiar than support, stay with me. If people call you strong because they have never seen how tired you really are, stay with me. Some women have carried life alone for so long that help feels uncomfortable now. Not because they do not need it, because they no longer trust it to stay. That is not strength. That is a woman adapting to survival. And survival can keep a woman functioning while quietly teaching her that softness disappears. So now she lives carefully. She carefully attaches. She's carefully hopeful. She's carefully dependent. Some women no longer know how to rest emotionally. They no longer know how to manage. And eventually, the woman disappears underneath. The softness, the honesty, the part of her that still knew how to need people just fizzles out. Hagar understands this woman, the unsupported woman, the woman who became so capable that nobody notices she was drowning quietly. The woman who looks calmly externally. She's peaceful, she looks peaceful, but internally she's preparing for things to fall apart constantly. And that is why the wilderness became sacred, because God meets Hagar there. Before she becomes less afraid, before she trusts again, before she stops bracing, God meets her there. El Roy, the God who sees me, the God who sees me, not the God who saw me, the God who sees me. And that means that while you are over functioning, He sees you. And while you're still expecting disappointment, He sees you. And while you're still saying it's fine, because explaining the truth feels too heavy, He sees you. He sees the woman underneath, underneath the competence, underneath the reliability, underneath the sentence. I got it. God sees you underneath all of that. And maybe healing begins there. Not when life suddenly becomes easier, not when people suddenly become dependable, but when the unsupported woman finally tells the truth, looks at herself and says, I am tired. I am tired of being admired more than I am helped. I am tired of functioning so well that nobody notices I need support too. I am tired of being everyone else's safe place while quietly feeling unsafe myself. And maybe the deepest exhaustion is realizing how long you have lived in that place without expecting anyone to carry you gently. That is where God meets us. Some of you become so good at surviving that nobody realizes you were disappearing underneath. The honesty is not weakness. That honesty is where God meets that woman underneath the surviving. It's important for us to get to the point where we say to ourselves, I cannot carry this alone. It's a loss. I am exhausted. You're exhausted, but you still call it being responsible. Some of you are deeply lonely, but you call it independence. Some of you are terrified to meet people, but you call it maturity. But survival is not your identity. And I pray that Errol meets you in every place that still feels tight, in the clenched jaw, in the body that never fully relaxes anymore, in the hidden resentment, in the exhaustion that I keep calling strength. I pray God heals the part of you that expects disappointment before love even has a chance to stay. I pray He heals the exhaustion of always assuming that you're You're the only one coming. I pray he heals the part of you that pulls away the moment somebody gets too close to carrying you. I pray he slowly returns you to the woman underneath the surviving, the woman who is always worthy of support, always worthy of covering, always worthy of being found. Some women become so self-sufficient, they forgot they were allowed to be carried too. And if survival has made that woman hard to recognize, I pray Hagar stands beside you long enough to whisper to you, and she says, the God who saw her still sees you too.